Okay, section 5.5, graphing linear inequalities. These are going to be very similar to linear equations, except for we're going to decide whether we have a solid line or a dashed line, and we're going to shade half of the graph based on our inequality symbol. So our first step is going to be the same as it always has, solve for y. So we add, excuse me, let me see if I can write on this. Add 8 to both sides. So I've got negative 4y less than or equal to negative 4x plus 8. Divide both sides by negative 4. And when you divide by a negative, you're going to flip the inequality symbol. Okay, so that's going to become y, instead of less than or equal to, it's going to become greater than or equal to. Negative 4 divided by negative 4 is 1x. Positive 8 divided by negative 4 is minus 2. Now for this, I know that I have a solid line because of this equal sign here. It can be greater than or equal to that line. So it's a solid line, the graph includes the line. And then I need to come up with 2 points. So I use my t-chart. Always plug in x equals 0. If x is 0, y is negative 2. And let's just plug in 2 for x. 2 minus 2 is 0. So my points are going to be 0, negative 2, and 2, 0. So let's see if I can remember that. 0, negative 2, and 2, 0. 0, negative 2, and 2, 0. And remember, we decided that our line was solid because of that equal sign under there. And remember, this inequality symbol flips, so y was greater than that line. So where is y greater than that line? Well, above the line, right? So we're going to shade on side A. You can also, the software teaches you to plug in, if the line doesn't go through 0, 0, plug in 0, 0 and into your original equation and see if you get a true statement. If you get a true statement, you're going to shade on the side that includes 0, 0. If you get a false statement, you're going to shade on the side that doesn't include it. If the line goes through 0, 0, you can just plug in any other point, 1, 1, or any other point that is easy to do the arithmetic for. On one side of the line or the other, just plug it into there, true or false. If true, shade the side that includes that point. If false, shade that side. I tend to like to do it this way, where I've solved for y, and I've gotten that y is greater than or equal to that line. So here's where y is equal to that line, and all above here is where y is greater than that line. So let's make sure we're correct. Go to the next one. Same sort of thing here. This one is going to be dashed because there's no equals. So I'm going to go ahead and fill that in. And I'm going to solve this for y so that I can pick 2 points on my t-chart, okay, to plug in. So if I solve this for y, I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. So I'm going to have 5y is less than negative 2x plus 10. Divide by 5. That's a positive number, so it's my inequality symbol is going to stay that way. Negative 2/5 x plus 2. So I need to pick 2 points. Always plug in 0 for x, and I'll get 2 if I do that. Then remember, if your x is multiplied by a fraction, the easiest thing to plug in for that fraction is the denominator of that fraction. The easiest thing to plug in for x. So if I do that, my 5's will cancel, and I'll have negative 2 plus 2. That's 0, right? So just to review, negative 2/5 times 5 over 1, those cancel. It's just negative 2. So my 2 points are 0, 2, and 5, 0. 0, 2, 5, 0. And now I need to decide where to shade. And of course, I've forgotten what I wrote, but I minus 2x from both sides, and I divided by 5. So my inequality symbol stayed pointing to the left. So it's y is less than. Where is y less than that line? Down below it, which is side A on this graph. Same thing here. I'm probably going to skip this one because I've already done 2 similar to it. So I want to preserve my time on this video and not get cut off. Okay, so here we have y on this side. So this one's going to be a little bit more tricky to solve. I know right off the bat that it's a solid line, so I can go ahead and click on that. But let me go to my writing screen. If it will let me, there we go. So I'm going to add 7y to both sides to get it on the left. So I've got 7y minus 7x greater than or equal to 49. Now I'm going to move my 7x over. 7y greater than or equal to 7x plus 49. Divide everything by 7. So y is greater than or equal to, so I'm going to shade above the line, x plus 7. So for my t-chart, plug in x equals 0, get y equals 7. Plug in x equals 1, get y equals 8. So those are the points I'm going to plot. 0, 7, 1, 8. 0, 7, 1, 8. And remember, y was greater than or equal to, I believe. That's, if I remember correctly. So that's side B. And that was it. All right, same kind of thing. Distribute your 4, solve for y. I'm going to skip it. Same thing here. Same thing here. This one's, you're going to start by multiplying both sides by 16. We'll just do the algebra for this one. If I multiply both sides by 16, those 16s cancel, and I get 4x plus 8y equals 16. Then take away 4x. Sorry about my handwriting. Divide by 8. And it's not an equals, is it? It's greater than, greater than, greater than. So this becomes negative 4 over 8, which is negative 1/2. 16 divided by 8 is 2. And then I proceed as before. Plug in 0 for x, get 2 for y. X is multiplied by a fraction, so multiply by the denominator of that fraction, so they cancel. So I get negative 1 plus 2, positive 1. So my points are 0, 2, and 2, 1, and y is greater than 0, 2, and 2, 1. And what kind of line? There's no equals there, so it's dashed. And y was greater than, so that's side B. There we go. This is going to be the same kind of thing. It's just algebra. You can do the algebra. And same thing here. So this is a shorter video. Hopefully watching it over and over will help you understand how to do these problems.